With Father's Day coming up, you'll want to find something extra special for those new dads in your life. We've got Just the Thing, a captivating children's book called Because I Am Your Daddy. And as part of our book review series, the book's author, Sherry North, is here with us this morning to talk about this amazing book. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Now, this book came to my hands, and it's one of those stories that gives you cold chills, that brings a tear to your eye that you're going to want to read to your kids. But you are obviously not a dad. So what inspired you to write a book that featured a tribute to a father?
Well, there is a story there. When my son was born, I wrote a book called Because You Are My Baby. And this is a story about all the wonderful things a mother would do for her child if she were a castle builder or an engineer, a rock star or an astronaut. And on every page, you see the mother and the baby together. So when we got our first copy of this book from the publisher, my husband took a look at it and he said, "It's really beautiful." But then he got kind of sad-eyed and he said, "They just don't make enough books like that for fathers." So I thought, well, I could do something about that. And the next book that I wrote was Because I Am Your Daddy. And I'm so glad that I did, because last year a poll came out from the National Center for Fathering. It showed that about 55% of fathers read to their children at least once or twice a month. Now that's a pretty good start, but I think we can do even better. Sure. And one way is for us moms to help dads find books that they'll really enjoy reading with their children.
And this is definitely one of those books. How do you think this one differs from, maybe other books that feature dads?
Well, there are a lot of books about the love that a parent has for his or her child. And they tend to be very sweet, very soothing. They often feature baby animals, and they're great bedtime stories. But I wanted to write a different kind of book. So in Because I Am Your Daddy, the dad has a different career on every page. And he says to his child, "If I were a scientist, we would dig up ancient bones and find the biggest dinosaur the world has ever known." Or, "If I were a surfer, I would take you on my board and ride a wall of water as it tumbles toward the shore." So you can see this is clearly a dad who would do anything for his child, but the love comes through in a series of adventures. And the illustrator, Marcellus Hall, just did a fantastic job bringing this story to life.
I can't wait to show this one to my nephew. This is my favorite picture, the treehouse. I mean, as soon as I saw it, I was, I want that treehouse, and here I am in my 30s ready to build one in my backyard. The illustrator did such a beautiful job of helping ignite the imagination. But one thing that you could probably notice, that these pictures almost look like it's a multicultural family. Did you intend that? Was that something that was part of your vision?
Well, that's a great question, yes. If you look at the two books together, it does look like a multicultural family. And it was actually the illustrator's decision to depict this set of characters. But I'm really glad that he did, because not only does it reflect the diversity of our country, it has special meaning for my family. My son Julian is blonde, and my daughter Jana is adopted from Asia.
Oh, wow.
So it's really helpful to show her in books that everyone in a family doesn't have to look exactly alike.
Where everyone's represented.
Exactly.
Well, that's really an incredible thing that you did. What's next for you? More books? Is it a series that's going to be part of your life? Or?
Well, my next book, Champ's Story, comes out in the fall. And this is a book about a dog with cancer, and it's meant to empower children who might be coping with cancer in their life in one way or another. But in the meantime, with Father's Day coming up, I just want to encourage all dads to read to their children. Studies have definitely shown it makes a big difference in how kids do in school when their dads are involved with their education.
Well, again, you've created a book that I would think would inspire all dads to read.
Thank you.
To their kids. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for the book.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Now, Because I Am Your Daddy is available through all major booksellers. If you'd like to learn more about Sherry and her books, be sure to visit her online at sherrynorth.com, or you can visit our website, thebalancing.act.com.